It's another lady of the house kind of day, and today we are discussing the romance of living like a lady. Welcome back, ladies. We are only on take 5 here, so hopefully I can get through this one. Okay, so we are continuing the conversation when it comes to the Leading Lady Wardrobe Masterclass. And today's subject is really going to be about our surroundings. As soon as you change over to this Leading Lady Wardrobe and focusing on beauty in what you put on, and also just those things as simple as what you wear in the evening, this is going to change a lot of other things around you. I noticed this for myself. I noticed that I really stepped into what I loved, into the style that I appreciated, as soon as I was being true to myself in what made me feel like a lady. So now I just absolutely do not, it doesn't matter to me what anybody thinks of my space, because I am happy in what I've chosen for the way that I've decorated my bedroom. And also, mind you, we've already discussed in the past how, the feminine decor that I decorated my room with, how my husband feels about this, because this is a question that I've received so many times. I let him answer. So we have a video where he discusses all of this. I'll try to link it. So anyway, this is going to be an extension of that, I believe. When you are really stepping into what feels most ladylike to you and what you love, I almost feel like that is going to be showcased. You're going to set the stage for your life and just the romance that comes along with that. And there is so much romance, right, that comes along with just living most authentically in that way. So one of the things that I think every lady, and especially a leading lady, would be a dressing table, or the space where she would get ready in. And it just makes you feel so much more beautiful when you, and I don't mean like outwardly necessarily, but just the feelings that are surrounded by having a space that is clear of clutter, that is just yours, where you feel like everything that is around there is beautiful, it's nice and clean, it's neat, it's organized. All of that plays a role in the way that you feel when you are getting yourself ready every day. And then also where you store your items. Now, last month in my Organized Spaces Masterclass, I shared how I have all of these different spaces organized. So if you are interested in that, I hope that you will go and watch those videos if you haven't already. And hopefully they will inspire you when it comes to thinking outside of the box, maybe on organization, or even just how ladies used to organize all of their things in the past. Because I feel like with a lot of these really simple ways, even for instance, plastic containers, right? Sometimes, and I used to use them as well, the plastic containers to organize my clothing. It feels different when you have an actual piece of furniture that is meant for your lingerie, meant for your nightgowns, meant for hanging your clothing. All of that feels different when you embrace that. So I am a huge advocate of shopping secondhand for these items, because they just don't make pieces like they used to. But this is a wonderful way that you can romanticize your life, but just enjoy the romance of being a lady. All these pieces were meant for you, just so you know. So it's not for another lady, it's for you too. So anyway, we're talking about just our surroundings in general. We're going to be stepping more into setting the stage. So doesn't that all make sense with the Leading Lady Wardrobe? Our home is our stage for setting the stage, setting just the way that we are going to live our day-to-day lives. And we're going to want to keep our spaces differently when you are going to be caring more about just your overall presentation. I am not saying that this is something that should be thought of to the point of obsession or just an unhealthy relationship with it. But once you do think about these things and you set things up in a way to where they're functional for you, they're beautiful for you, then you don't think about it anymore. It's just the way that you live your life. But still, it's something that is there's so much more romance to your life, I feel. When you put a beautiful flower arrangement together, you set it on your nightstand, you're going just to appreciate the space a lot more when you are really living in a way that matches the way that you want to live. Another thing to think about is even just the way that when you present yourself a certain way when you go out into the world, you may be met with a different response than what you were before. You may have more people complimenting you, holding the door open for you. Suddenly you run into so many different gentlemen, and that's a wonderful thing. Who doesn't appreciate that? I, for one, really do appreciate a gentleman. So these are things to definitely be encouraged just by the way that you are presenting yourself and carrying yourself. And one more thing that I want to say here, and that I absolutely love reading, is when those of you who have changed over to wearing dresses and just carrying yourself differently, how your husband recognizes this and how he appreciates that. I know that my husband appreciates having a lady as his wife. And so please let us know if you have something that you would like to add to the conversation when it comes to that, because those stories always inspire me. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this and you were inspired in some way, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.